Oh man, y'all caught me. Oh man, shoot, man, y'all caught me slipping in my basement. I'm so sorry, y'all. It took me. I'm sorry I'm late, but my mom was fussing at me, y'all. So I gotta make some room in here. So if you would please just give me a second while I, tell my mom to go back upstairs, and I'll be right back. Okay? So just hold on a second. All right? Okay, everyone. How is everyone doing? I had to, make some space in the basement, y'all. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, thank you for being here with the most requested YouTuber. My name is Nicholas J. Fury, here where reality checks are always free, and this is the Working Man Podcast. Yes, indeed it is. You know who it is, you know what it is. That's right. Man, oh man, oh man. This has been a very interesting week. A very interesting week to say the least. We got stuff going on with the, I believe the David case. That the deletion case with David and this young lady that wound up in the trunk of this man's car somehow. We also got the breakup with Megan Thee Stallion that has been very much widely publicized, and man, people are going ham about that too, by the way. And of course, we have Umar Johnson. He made a part 2 of his Chabati podcast, okay? Also, well, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that, but, there's been some very pleasant things said about me, and of course, hey. Oh, by the way, I did comb my beard before I got on. I did comb my beard before I came on stream. Hopefully, yeah, it looks good, y'all. I don't know. Is it straight? Okay, just making sure. Also, I had to make sure I shaved my head because, it looks kind of funky. So there's that. And, yeah, man. Yeah. I'm in the basement, I think, y'all. I'm in the basement, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I had to talk to my mom. She left out the basement. Okay, had to set my background up. Y'all saw the matter of fact, y'all saw the beginning part, right? Did y'all see the beginning? This what it looked like before. This what it looked like before I told her to get out. Okay, this what it looked like before. She was yelling at me, so I apologize. But she left now. I had straightened everything back up. So now it's all good. Okay, now it's all good. All right. So for all of you YouTube Africans For all of you no S speaking Africans, okay? For all of you egghead Africans, for all of you, living in the basement Africans, please hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. I'm having some problems trying to pop my chat up here, trying to get the chat bot to come up, or the show chat. I don't know what's going on with that. It's doing some funky stuff, but it's okay. We're going to figure it out. So if I happen to not be able to put your chat up on the screen, I will read it, okay? So I apologize in advance if I cannot show your chat, okay? But in any case, it's been a very interesting week. But anyway, we're going to get into the Dr. Umar Johnson Chop by T podcast. And for everyone that's asking, did I see it? Did I see these pleasant things that were said about me? Well, of course I did. Of course I did. But, all good. We're going to keep the train rolling. We're going to keep the train rolling here, okay? We're going to keep the train rolling. Again, like I said, I made sure I trim my beard. I straightened up, the basement so it looks good, okay? I straightened up everything so y'all can see it looks nice. All right? I made sure I shaved my head, okay? All that good stuff, okay? Yes, indeed. Oh, by the way, shout out to My Chaos Brew. Shout out to you in the chat. Shout out to XL Pro Services. Okay, shout out to the chat bot that's in here. Shout out to the Awesome and Gizmo Show. Shout out to you, matter of fact, the Awesome and Gizmo Show. Man, what's up with you, bro? Shout out to you. Awesome and Gizmo. Shout out to Awesome and Gizmo. Shout out to My Chaos Brew. Shout out to you. Okay? All right. Shout out to XL Pro. All right. And shout out to Sweet DJ because she was the first one in here. Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm gracious, but I'm not content.
All right. Like I said, I'm having problems popping up the chat, y'all, so I'll make sure that I at least shout you out, okay? But anyway, with all that being said, we're gonna go to Umar Johnson, okay? Let me put the screen up here. We're gonna go to Umar Johnson, and we're gonna let him talk for a little while, okay? By the way, everyone, please hit the like button. Thank you for participating in the poll. Continue to participate in the poll. All right, matter of fact, what we got going here? Does the working man live in the basement? 27% said yes, 47% said no, and 27% said next to Umar and the letter S. Yes.
Nick, you're stupid.
I know. So in any case, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, if you're in the box, you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And everyone, please, if you find it on your heart, there's a couple things you can do to help a brother out, okay? Please become a member of the channel. Shout out to My Chaos Brew and some of the other people that are members of the channel, right? If you are find it on your heart, become a member of the channel. If you're on the replay gang, hit that hype button. That would be most appreciated to boost me in the algorithm. Also, of course, hit the super chat, hit the Cash App. All links are down below in the description box. But I implore you to become a member of the channel. Other than that, hit that subscribe button, hit the super chat, hit the like button, all those good things. But without further ado, let's get to Umar Johnson, the part 2 of this interview by Chop T Podcast. Let me get my fair use up. By the way, fair use to Chop T Podcast. This the video is titled Dr. Umar Johnson on Love, Family, FDMG, and the Truth About Black Unity.
You sure about that?
Part 2. Okay. So without further ado, let me set it up. Okay. All right. Let's let Umar
do that.
Whoa, wait a minute. Let me get back. It's too far up. There we go. All right. Now let's let Umar talk, y'all. Let's get to it.
Black hate. Is black hate natural or is it engineered?
And you mean self-hate?
Self-hate.
It's engineered. Mm-hmm. And it's been engineered in us so deeply from the plantation through current times. And I'm going to include through the black church because of the images of white Jesus. Mm-hmm. That self-alienation. You can't overlook that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that it's now a part of the culture. Mm-hmm. You're expected to be disagreeable with black people. Mm-hmm. You're expected to have black enemies. You're expected to crash out when you get disrespected by black people. So we've gotten to a point where we have made it popular. In fact, black self-hate is so ingrained into our culture that it's almost impossible to sell or become popular without it. Look at music and hip hop. If you ain't got a good beef going on, you might not sell no records, right?
Well, you know, Umar, that's funny because you don't really get any exposure unless you're going on, you know, an interview or unless you got beef with one of the many women that you have beef with. Matter of fact, let me pull that up because you got beefs with all kind of women out here in these streets. And here's only a few of them. Let me pull this picture up so y'all can see how many women Umar Johnson's had beef with over the years. Speaking of beef, okay, let's go here. Let me add this to the equation. Add image. Oh, wait a minute. No, I ain't got to do all that. Hold on. Here we go. This is a list of all the women that this man's had beef with over the years. You see this? This is all the women he's had beef with. Of course, we got Lene up top, Tasha K, his daughter, the conscious stripper at the bottom, of course, M-A-L, right? We got the backboard lady, Miss Ayana. I found Anaya, I'm sorry, I forgot her name, so don't forgive me. But these are all women he's had beef with over the years, and this has compelled Umar to stay in the algorithm, to stay in popularity because he's always beefing with somebody, and it's most times always a woman. Now it's the Jamaican contractor, okay? Now he's still blaming this individual, this Jamaican-American contractor, for the reason why he hasn't got the certificate of occupancy yet. Before then, it was the city of Wilmington, Delaware. Before then, it was, you know, the likes of KKC and Umar who else? Lynn Honor. Before then, it was, I think, the mayor of Wilmington, Delaware. It's always been somebody, the black contractors, everyone.
You don't find that suspicious?
Yeah.
You don't find that suspicious?
So he's always beefing with somebody. Then he comes here and says, oh, well, you know, the black culture, no, but the beef is, you know, that's how we always know fumble the bag when it comes to the black community. Well, yeah, okay. All right. Sure. Let's continue. In fact, let me run it back a little bit, hit that one more time.
Or become popular without it.
Popular without it.
Look at music and hip hop. If you ain't got a good beef going on, you might not sell no records, right?
Right.
Look at the TVs, Tyler Perry. Movies often involved in male-female relationship conflict, right? Look at the reality shows. It's all conflict. The Housewives, it's all conflict. Black culture thrives on conflict. And that
Umar, weren't you on one of those reality shows? Matter of fact, hold up. Wasn't Dr. Umar Johnson, I think he was on the Housewives of Atlanta, one of them shows. Let me look this up real quick. Hold on a second. Let me go back to the main screen here. Wasn't Umar Johnson on one of those reality shows? Let me find this out. Umar Johnson, let's see here. Umar Johnson. Oh, wait a minute. Reality show. He was on, I believe. No, not that one. He was on, what reality show was he on, man? I remember. Oh, by the way, he was on with, what's his name? What's that comedian? He was on with, who was it? There it is. Could Have Been Love. Where is it? There it is right there. Let me pull this up real quick. Yeah. He was on with, hold on a second. Let me pull this up real quick. Could Have Been Love. Now, I forgot his brother's name right here. Drewski, that's his name. Yeah. He was also on Housewives. Yeah. Reality show. That one thing he's always talking about that, is playing the black community, the drama and stuff. But he was on there, right? Getting that money. Uh-huh. Yeah, and the exposure, by the way, too. He on Housewives of Atlanta. Wasn't he on Housewives? Let me look that up. Housewives of Atlanta. Umar Johnson, Housewives of Atlanta. There where he was at. He was on one of these damn shows because he had a cameo. I don't know if I can find his cameo, but he was on there for sure. I remember that. Yeah. Let's continue.
I'm calling the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy heaven on earth. Because when you come here, there is no conflict. Everybody respects everybody. And the first time you introduce it, you're banned from the campus. Book of Negroes. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm telling everybody that right now. Get your mind right or you're going to be out of here.
And
you're going to have to retrain the children out of that. Right? So
hey, Jessica, I see you. I got you. I see you chat there about Rim Rum, all right? I see you. By the way, I'm on a different time zone, but if I'm up in time, I definitely go stop by there and see what's up.
fdmg, I have to teach them how not to be negative with your own. I have to teach them how not to disrespect your own. Because remember, I originally wanted a residential school, but we couldn't afford it. The reason I wanted a residential school is because I know many of our homes are toxic. If it's a Muslim home, you might look down on Christians.
Right.
If it's a Christian home, you might look down on Muslims. If it's a hip hop home, you might look down on anybody who can't afford to buy what you're wearing, right? So we got to teach our children that's not what we value. We don't value sneakers in here. We don't value hair color, right? We don't value yellow skin versus dark skin. We value Africans and we value human life. We have to retrain the value system that our young people have because right now they value social media more than life. Attention is the new drug and they are willing to embarrass themselves to get it. Look at the amount of adults you see on the internet not getting paid, embarrassing themselves for attention.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. And something that I think about often is it the adults, the older people who may seem.
By the way, shout out to Uncle Mo TV. I see you in here, Uncle Mo. I seen some of your content, brother. You got a very big following, man. I appreciate you for being here, Uncle Mo. Shout out to you once again. All right. By the way, continue to vote in the poll. All right. By the way, hit the Cash App, hit the super chat. All right. Join the channel member. Okay. Become a channel member. And in the poll, does the Working Man Podcast live in the basement? 30% said yes, 48% said no, and 22% said in the basement with the letter S. Yes, he is. Okay, let's continue.
Is it too late for them, or should we just focus?
It's never too late. It's never too late. Remember, there's an African proverb that says, if God were done with African people, he would never allow another woman to get impregnated. When God is done, there's no more birth. That's when you know God done. Every time you see somebody pregnant, that's a chance for us to get it right.
Right.
Okay? Now, here's the thing, though. Although it's never too late to save someone, the older they get, the more difficult it becomes.
Absolutely.
So, for example, when we're trained, and I'm trained in cognitive behavioral therapy, my doctorate in clinical psychology, CBT orientation, they train you that when you're doing therapy, your first session, you have to decide if the patient really wants to change. Because if they don't, why are you wasting your time and their money? You feel me?
Right.
Because the psychologists don't change you. We are the tour guide through your problems to help you change yourself.
Right.
So if they don't want to change, because you can't make them, why are you wasting their time?
Yeah.
So when you say, is it too late for the adults? No. But do they really want to change? Think about it. Most cigarette smokers who try to quit won't quit because they really don't want to. Most drug addicts who try to quit won't quit because they really don't want to. Most women who go in and out of abusive cyclical relationships are not going to change because they really don't want to. They really rather have a man, even if he's abusive, than to have nobody. And this
Umar Johnson.
You sure about that?
So now he's over there saying to y'all ladies out there, ladies in the chat, that y'all would rather have a piece of man basically than no man. You'd rather have a man that is, putting hands on you and treating you very unfavorably, if you will. And they're saying that for the YouTube censorship, that he's putting hands on you. You'd rather be with that guy than have no man in the black community. Do y'all agree with that? Y'all, ladies in the chat, do y'all agree with that? Y'all let me know let me know, chat.
about sex is loneliness. It's validation, right?
Right.
So if women who go in and out of abusive cyclical relationships are not going to change because they really don't want to. They really rather have a man, even if he's abusive, than to have nobody. And this ain't about sex, it's loneliness. It's validation, right?
Right.
So if somebody been smoking 10 years, crack 10 years, abusive relationships 20 years, and they not likely to change, what do you think for someone who suffers from the intergenerational trauma of self-hatred, of post-traumatic slavery disease? If the cigarette smoker can't stop and he only been smoking 10 years, This Negro is the result of intergenerational trauma. How hard you think it's going to be to crack that code?
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
I do.
The best intervention is prevention. And that's why we need our own schools.
Yeah.
As long as Black people are comfortable with white people teaching their children.
Thank you for the first super chat. We got Mr. Enterprise Entertainment.
I better get some more and some more and some more and some more.
Thank you for the $2 super chat, brother. Said all his BS is pure projection. He is a pure dumbass. Well, I mean, I'm agree with you in that.
Ain't no fucking way.
I agree with you on that, brother. I mean, of course, he's trying to psychologize the Negroes in the Black community, even though Umar Johnson himself is highly toxic, okay? He's talking about changing people and all that kind of stuff. Can you change what kind of person you are, Umar? I mean, we're not going to get into the way your lack of your presence in your children's lives, you know, how you've alienated your mother from everyone, you know, and I say allegedly because I haven't been there, but by all accounts, you have alienated your mother from your from her family and your family, okay? So that way she can get the helps and care that she needs, and not from these fly-by-night caretakers, okay? How you have allowed your stuff to be stolen and vandalized in the school because you couldn't put it in a regular storage facility. All this money you get, and you couldn't put it somewhere else. You haven't had a car or a house in years, as far as I can see. I mean, let's talk about those kind of things, but no. Is that Sweet DJ said that shirt has hurt my retina. I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot going on right there, but dang.
Not only will we never see change, we don't really want it.
Yeah. What do you suggest for a person like me? I don't have what you have, which is fdmg. We don't have one of those here.
You have to work.
Brother, you don't want FDMG. You don't want FDMG.
Ain't no fucking way.
That man said, I don't have a school at FDMG, brother. There is no school, okay? There is no school. All right, just so you understand. Ain't no school. But let's continue. As a matter of fact, let's run it back just a little bit. He's talking about
Generational trauma.
Yeah.
How hard you think it's going to be to crack that code?
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
I do.
The best intervention is prevention. And that's why we need our own schools.
Yeah.
As long as Black people are comfortable with white people teaching their children, not only will we never see change, we don't really want it.
Yeah. What do you suggest for a person like me? I don't have what you have, which is fdmg. We don't have one of those here.
You have to work on yourself. Self-transformation. Difficult, but possible.
Right.
And most great people who've changed, Malcolm X is a good example, they did it on their own without a therapist. You feel me?
Yeah.
But you have to subject yourself to the most critical self-scrutiny you've ever been subjected to, because your obstacle is your ego. The ego never wants to be held accountable. The ego never wants to accept defeat. The ego never wants to recognize when it's wrong.
Right.
You follow me? The ego is always trying to find a way to justify what it did, right? It's like you go cheat on your queen and you know you shouldn't have.
Right.
Your ego can't deal with that pain of the guilt and the shame. So the ego is going to find some excuse. Maybe she ain't cooking no more. You follow me? Because the ego does not do well with accountability. So when you...
Well, let's talk about accountability, because later on in this video, he's going to talk about the women that have been in his life, all right, which is a whole subject in this by itself, because he's talking about accountability. Where's accountability for the fact that you haven't wifed up any woman in your life? You haven't had seemingly a long-term relationship with any woman in your life. You have 3 baby mamas. Some people allege 4 or 2, 3, 4, one of the 2. But you got 2 that we know for sure, possibly 3 or 4. You're paying child support for all except 1. You never had a wife or a long-term relationship. Okay, how'd you treat them? How'd you treat Lene? How'd you treat the woman that came out on, Storm Monroe's show? How'd you treat the conscious stripper? How'd you treat all the women that were in your life that somehow seemingly walked away and then outed you on the back end? For some reason, I mean, again, at some point, it can't be all of them, right? At some point, the common denominator is the Prince of Pan-Africanism.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
But let's continue.
To take on yourself. That's your spirit taking on your ego for the Super Bowl championship.
Yeah. So when it comes to the children, though, since we don't have a Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy here, we don't have that type of resources here in Murfreesboro. We just, when it comes to white teachers, that's kind of all we have.
We need to give them our time, though. There's been research that shows if a Black child has a Black man in their face for only an hour a week, it can completely stop them from entering the school to prison pipeline, right?
Right.
So even if we don't have the school, we can at least start a book club for them, a rites of passage for them, an after school program for them. My issue with black men, we don't spend time with black boys.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go a step further because when I look at the internet and YouTube, right, everybody's talking about relationships.
Right.
Why aren't we talking about how to save our children? Even the men.
Umar Johnson. He's talking about we could save the children. We just spend time with them. Right? He's talking about the boys right now. We can just spend time with them, start a book club or XYZ, et cetera, that we can save them from the school or prison pipeline. Umar Johnson. How about we save all children from the school to prison pipeline? That could start with your daughters. Okay? Have you spent time with them? Have you read them a book? Have you been to any of their significant life events like prom or graduations or their first boyfriend or etc.? Have you been to any of their life events so that you can be a positive influence in their life? Of course, you got the one that we've seen publicly. She's been going through a lot of mental health struggles and things like that. But you, sir, are the pot calling the kettle black, talking about we can spend time with the boys when you have children, plural, that you could have spent time with in the past and you did not. And I don't know if you're going to blame the baby mama or you're going to blame your spiritual journey through enlightenment and this RBG, this Pan-Africanism journey you've been on. But the advice that you're giving, you could have taken the last 15, 20 years, right? Let's run it back.
Them from entering the school to prison pipeline, right?
Right.
So even if we don't have the school,
Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey Academy here, we don't have that type of resources here in Murfreesboro. We just, when it comes to white teachers, that's kind of all we have.
We need to give them our time, though. There's been research that shows if a black child has a black man in their face for only an hour a week, it can completely stop them from entering the school to prison pipeline, right?
And this, an hour a week, Umar? So you being in your child's life for only an hour, your father being in their son's life for only an hour a week will stop them from becoming a criminal? If you ask me, that would run them to being a criminal because an hour a week is not. Is that really long enough to have a positive influence on somebody's life? Maybe. I'm not going to say it isn't because they do see you, but is it really a positive influence to be there only I don't know.
So even if we don't have the school, we can at least start a book club for them, a rites of passage for them, an after school program for them. My issue with black men, we don't spend time with black boys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go a step further because when I look at the internet and YouTube, right, everybody's talking about relationships.
Right.
Why aren't we talking about how to save our children? Even the men. They out here giving relationship coaching. I'm not against it. It's cool, right? I do it sometimes. But I ain't heard you do one show on saving boys yet.
Yeah.
So you so worried about the vagina. What about the children that come from it? You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
How many podcasts have you seen? Talk seriously on how to save our young people.
Not many.
Because you do know there's an African proverb that says, if the village doesn't take care of the children will burn the village to the ground.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Look at all the elders being robbed at the ATMs. You got 10 and 11-year-olds pulling out guns on great grandmoms.
Crazy.
You follow me? Because we don't take care of them.
Yeah.
The elders have to. It started with the 70s and the 80s because that's when the so-called desegregation campaign really took sway.
Now, again, there's plenty of blame to go around about the family structure and how the black community is not as good as it once was in its heyday. But of course, he's blaming people not taking care of the children. It's been a systemic issue through childhood, through adulthood, and through culture that is cultivated to what we have today. All right. And we also put stock in things that maybe don't always benefit us, like the government, like voting, like picking political parties and things like that, instead of just focusing on ourselves. There's plenty of blame to go around and plenty of things that could be fixed. All right. But of course, Umar Johnson, while in the beginning he's talking about, self-hate and things like that. But now you're saying that it's our fault. It's largely our fault that we that our community and our children is messed up. But meanwhile, you haven't done anything to raise your children.
King is murdered in 68. So there is no deseg in the 60s, right?
Right.
It's the 70s. Once white people start giving us proximity to whiteness, we lost our damn mind and forgot about our infrastructure as a people. So there are no griots no more. There's no more grandparents to sit you down and tell you what life was like before this.
Yeah.
You see? And then when crack and AIDS hit, it was over. We are still suffering the collateral damage of crack and AIDS. All these ADHD kids, they are the children and the grandchildren of the crack era. Their mother may have not been on drugs, but guess what? She was out in the streets chasing their father who was. You see that?
Yeah.
So we were all impacted by crack and AIDS. And you know what crack did that really hurt us? It destroyed, it eroded the trust we had with each other. When people started climbing into people's windows, stealing their television, and they live right next door. When people started stealing their children's sneakers off their feet in the street. You follow me? Remember, crack is hitting at the same time upward mobility into the white world is taking off. So black people are saying, I ain't got to deal with this crack mess. I'm just going to go to a white college, get me a white degree, get me a white job, and get me a white mortgage in a white suburb. Leaving our children without any responsible role models.
So now we want to do all white stuff, and we're leaving the freaking the black community behind. By the way, let's check it on the poll. Does the working man live in the basement? 37% said yes, 43% said no, and 20% said yes. Next to Umar, the letter S. Okay, now we're listening to Umar blame black folks for everything that's wrong with the black community, of course. Yeah. So everything's our fault, but at the same time, we have self-hate for each other, right? By the way, everybody continue to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Continue to hit the super chat. All right, I know Enterprise Entertainment ain't the only guy that got love for you, boys. So hit the super chat, hit the Cash App, join the channel member down below. Okay, swipe right on the comment section or down there below. Hit that join button down below. Become a member of the channel, okay? Let's continue with Umar Johnson here, blaming the black community, meanwhile saying we don't need to have self-hate for each other.
The only reason why Drake and Kendrick are the role models, and I don't have a problem with Drake and Kendrick, but entertainers shouldn't be role models because y'all not going to fight for nothing. I like Kendrick, but he's not going to fight for nothing, okay? Neither is Drake. But the reason they're the role models is because the doctors and the lawyers and the engineers and the pastors and the business owners, they all live in a white neighborhood.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say that because, and I actually wrote this down in my book, To Be Human. I wrote a book called To Be Human. And one of the things that I talked about is my uncle. He was a father figure to me. My father wasn't around. He dealt with alcohol and things like that as I was growing up. My uncle was around. He was one of the people that I looked to, and he was a crack addict. And I wrote in the book about how ultimately that impacted me in the way that I seen men. It made me more defiant towards older men and things like that. And luckily, and I don't know how you feel about this, I found the military. And it helped me in a lot of ways to reestablish my structure.
That structure, identity.
Because I did see black men in leadership positions in the military that were able to correct me.
And in the hood, unfortunately, since most black successful men are not in it, the people who are in leadership sometimes tend to be the brothers not doing the best things.
100%.
And so you emulate them because they all you got.
Yeah.
You're either in the inner city black community or any black community that's predominantly black. The children have to get their role models from the television or from the criminals.
I want to ask you, so we hear, and we were talking about music, but we hear this in music and in interviews all the time where black people say we need to be more unified or organized like the Jews. Is that fair considering that we had 300 years of oppression versus 5 years of a Holocaust?
You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. Because through Zionism, they will never struggle. You follow me? They will never struggle. They control this country. Right? And they have a country they call their own Israel.
Absolutely.
That was made specifically for them, which was their reparations. Because you have very few people who survived the Holocaust who's still alive. So the people living in Israel now are not Holocaust survivors. Right. These are the descendants of Holocaust survivors. So you can't tell black freedmen that you don't have a right to reparations because you yourself was not in chains when you got Israel.
Hey, Eastby said, I don't think the Working Man podcast lives in the basement, but I do have my concerns. Well, I mean...
Nick, you're stupid.
Again, y'all, you know what? If you become a channel member, if you hit the super chat, the Cash App, that might help me that might help me with my living expenses. Maybe I can get my beard cut then. I can get out of the basement. I can get my own room in the house instead of being in the basement. I can get some more furniture, and maybe I can get some constructive surgery on my head said I don't like an egg no more. You know what I mean? So if y'all become a channel member, be a member or become a channel member, hit the Cash App, hit the super chat, or even hit the like button and become be a subscriber. Okay, subscribe to the channel. That would help me out greatly. Okay, so either way, if you do any of these things, that might help with the East B's concerns for y'all. All right, chat. So yeah, help your boy out.
Israelis who were not in the Holocaust, and they still got the benefit of Israel. Yep. But you can't compare the two. They helped enslave us. They built the ships. They built the banks. They started the insurance firms that insured us. Yeah. They were some of the biggest enslavers. The Secretary of War for the Confederacy, if I'm not mistaken, he owned like 200 blacks, and he was a Jew. It was all through this. They used to sell us in synagogues, right on the front steps, right? So you can't compare the two because we never participated in their Holocaust. But we...
Patrick. You know what? Hold on, wait a minute. Hey, Dr. Nene, I forgot. You know what? You all right? I forgot about that.
Nick, you're stupid.
I forgot about that, y'all. She said my lips. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Are my lips good? Hold on a second. Are my lips good? Are they good? And my lips good? You know, I'm just making sure because y'all said my lips are chapped. I need some Vaseline. So hopefully, you know, my lips is good too. If not, if they're looking white, you know, like I've been eating potted donuts, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. I'll go real quick and put some chapstick on them or something, okay?
Helped to save them. Yeah. There were black men in World War II who helped liberate European Jews from some of the most notorious, risking their life, some of the most notorious concentration camps. They never get a thank you, right? Yeah. Don't forget, Israel supported South Africa during the apartheid boycott. They were still sending them weapons. They were still sending them money. Look what just happened the other day. At the United Nations when President John Mahama of Ghana, who's my president because I'm a Ghanaian citizen, he finally got the United Nations to recognize our enslavement as the greatest crime against humanity, right? Look who voted against it. Argentina, who had a Bloqueamiento whitewash campaign years ago. United States and Israel. You want black people to cry tears for your Holocaust, and you voted against our slavery being recognized on the international court, right? So you can't compare the two. Yeah. They have never been through what we've been through, and they have helped participate in what we've been through.
So how do you feel when you see like artists and rappers that their approach, they want to they think we should be together and through them or emulate them, we can have.
We don't need to emulate them. We had unity before them. You follow me? We don't need to emulate nobody. We are the original creators of culture. We built the first civilizations. We don't need to emulate anyone. We need to practice saying, Kofa, go back and get what we lost. We don't need to copy nobody. Everybody copying us. Yeah, I agree. Most of what's in the Torah was copied from African culture, right? So no, we don't need to imitate nobody.
I want to ask you, how are immigrants able to outpace Black Americans economically?
The reason immigrants are able to outpace.
Okay, so now we're on the immigrant topic. Okay, which I don't personally think that immigrants are outpacing Black people. Well, I do. Okay. The immigration thing, no, some people say it's a problem, some people say it isn't. There are certain ways that immigration hurts the Black community, certain ways that it doesn't. I'm not going to get all into that. But of course, Umar Johnson is going to further blame the Black community, other people. He's going to blame the Black community for their struggles. Meanwhile, putting blame on other people for adding to our struggles. I mean, and Umar Johnson, by the way, is doing nothing for this stuff except the only thing that Umar Johnson is doing to help us is having speaking engagements, telling people that FDMG is going to open, and telling everybody he's the most requested scholar. Meanwhile, he has a broke school. He does nothing but talking. He has books that aren't peer-reviewed, okay? And he's not a father to his children. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, DAFA. ESB said, DAFA, donate all funds again. Now, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Nick, you're stupid.
Yes. Donate all funds again. Please, all funds again. Yes, indeed.
Black Americans economically, two things. Number one, they have cultural unity. We don't. Okay. They stick together. A Chinese will see another Chinese, he gonna help him. He ain't got to know him. Yeah. A Mexican gonna help another Mexican. A Jew gonna help another Jew. A Black person won't help his brother. Yeah. See? Yeah. That's one. We don't care about the group. We are a collection of radical individuals. No unity. That's one. You need cultural connectivity in order to build power. Power is the gate around your culture. You keep it to yourself. So that's number one. No unity. Can't build power without unity. No loyalty. Number two, they can get financing. They can go into any bank in America and get a loan. Yeah. East Indians, Arabs, Chinese, Jews, Latinos, we can't. Nobody wants to see Black people rise, which is why I'm so disappointed that for the past 30, 40 years, we pushed the narrative of multiculturalism. Multiculturalism means we all together.
Right.
Since when? Nobody likes us, but we keep on speaking for everybody. Even with, look at what just happened with Jasmine Crockett. She fought hard for the immigrants, and they went to the election polls and voted for a white man. Look at that.
Now I gotta say something about that right there. I mean, okay, in recent years, you know, it's gone from Black Power and B1 to Black and Brown, things like that. Right now, I do think that has hurt us in present day because people have you probably heard people say they co-opted the Black Power struggle, which a lot of people have, in my opinion, especially the brown community. Right now, say what you will, I don't have any hate for them, but us combining our struggles together, I think, has not benefited us. So he's slightly right on that, but there's nuance to it, okay? So there's that.
They do not like you. You will never be repaid for the good you do to an immigrant.
And by the way, did y'all see that one lady, that female cop that got fired lately? She went on this rant, saying a bunch of N-words, stuff like that. She was, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, I believe she was of Hispanic descent too, right? She ended up getting fired from her job, and she actually also put out a apology video. I might do a short about that tomorrow, but she got fired because she went on another person's page and posted her video talking crap about people that she was arresting, about some of the black folks she was arresting, and said a bunch of N-words, and then it went viral and she got fired for it. Y'all might have seen that in the news. It went viral for like last 2 or 3 days. So yeah, that was interesting.
Talking about the black ones. I'm talking about all the non-black ones. You will never be repaid for the good you do for an immigrant. People don't come to America to be grouped with blacks. They come to America to replace blacks because America has already made it clear to the world. We don't like these people and we don't want these people. If you're black in America and you think America tells the world they care about you, you're insane.
Yeah.
You are insane. If you live in any country and turn on the news, you know America can't stand blacks.
Yeah, I agree. And
even when we've been at war, Vietnam, Kuwait, Iraq, even now with the Iranian thing, sometimes they don't even want to shoot black soldiers because they know you're fighting for a country who made you come here.
Yeah.
You follow? In Vietnam.
Hey, by the way, Uncle Mo, put link your channel in the chat so people can come check out your channel, by the way. And again, everybody continue to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, that notification bell, right? If you're new to the channel, Uncle Mo, link your channel in the chat so we can go check out your stuff, okay? Thank you kindly. Let's get back to the video.
The elder who was in Vietnam, right? One of my closest elders. He said them Vietnamese would come up to us and say, why y'all even here?
Yeah.
The whole world knows white America don't like you. But guess what? On July 4th, 2026, I promise you there will be black people in downtown Philadelphia celebrating America's 250th birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I promise you it will be black people packed in my birth city to celebrate America's 250th birthday this year. Even with Donald Trump in the United States voting down slavery as the worst crime against humanity. And you know what? I don't hear too many black elected officials saying much about it either.
Yeah. I want to ask you.
I don't vote unless you can give me a good answer to 4 questions. Number 1, were you given any non-black money to run this race? Okay. If you financed by non-blacks, I don't vote for you because you're not free. The hand that pays is the hand that rules. I only vote for candidates who are independently financed. I only vote for candidates who do not belong to either of the major parties. You must be independent.
Right.
If you Democrat, Republican, you pushing their agenda, and it's not black. You follow me? So who funding you? Who team you on? Yeah. What are you going to do about gentrification in the black community?
Yeah.
Next question. What are you going to do about economic empowerment in the black community? We need access to capital so we can build major institutions and infrastructure, right? We can't do that off of hot dogs and water ice. What you going to do to get black people opportunity to get a line of credit? If you not...
You said we can't do that off of hot dogs and water and water ices, huh?
You don't find that suspicious?
Yeah.
You don't find that suspicious?
He said we can't do that for water ices. You know what?
Banding.
We need to take a quick break from this right here, y'all. We're going to go to Prince Ifá Túndé via Kogo. I don't know if Kogo's in here, but we're going to take a quick break from this episode from the Chop Tea podcast. We're going to watch, we got 7 episodes of Prince Ifá Túndé. We're going to get through episode 1 and maybe 2. How about that? Let's let Prince Ifá Túndé talk to us one more again here, y'all.
fdmg is coming.
Umar Johnson bumming. Donations keep running. Donors keep on funding. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Yeah.
Prince Ifatunde, what are you doing?
Hey kids, I'm waiting on the HVAC to be installed. Hello? Brother Jose, the HVAC is at the crane yard. You will be here in 5 minutes? Fantastic. Brother Jose will be here in 5 minutes with the HVAC.
Hola, niños.
How long will this
Uno
take?
momento. Gracias. Maybe Gracias, ¿verdad?
No problem. Remember, kids, as long as your parents run them donations, the school will open one day. Now, zebra cakes and ginger ale for everyone.
Hit the PayPal! Prince Ifatunde, can we have a couple of dollars?
For some water ices and dollar hot dogs? Of course, my young African brothers and sisters. We just have to go to the bank, to the school bus. The tire is flat, and I don't know how to fix a flat tire.
Oh, no!
Fisk it.
Well, kids, I guess we will have to skip to the bank.
Okay!
Let's go.
We're going to the bank, we're going to the bank. We're going to the bank, we're going
This way to my bank account. Oh, no! My bank account is frozen.
What are you going to do?
What I always do, ask people for money. People, we need money for heaters to unfreeze our accounts. Thank you, family. We now have enough money to buy heaters to unfreeze my bank account.
But Prince Ifatunde, it's still frozen.
How about those water ices and hot dogs? All right, now, kids, just remember, as long as your parents run them donations, the school will open one day.
One
Say
day.
it, kids.
Hit the PayPal!
Hit the PayPal.
Prince Ifatunde!
Pizza and Pan-Africanism, my young brothers and sisters. Today, I'm picking the color for these walls.
Okay, we're going to come back to this right here because I think he put them all together. So we're going to come back to Prince Ifatunde now that he's in the school with a peach cobbler in his hand and a pan pizza. All right, we're going to get back to this Chop Tea podcast. By the way, continue to hit the like button, all right? Hit the cash, hit the super chat. Somebody, I need some donations, all right? I do this for fun, not for funds, okay? I need some donations up in here or some channel member, okay? And, well, I'm trying not to be a lazy content creator, all right, y'all? But y'all get it, right? Let's get to it.
Access to wealth for black people, you're not helping us.
Yeah.
Because guess what? We're not getting any more rights. We never had none anyway. But we allowed them to push a narrative that said they did everything for us when they elected Barack Obama. Yeah. See, Barack Obama was a distraction to get black people to give America some positive PR. The 8 years of Obama was...
Okay, here we go. Now, he showed enough hate Obama, y'all. He hate Obama. He talk about him all the time, which I get it. Obama was a 2-time president. Did he do anything specific for the black community? That's definitely debatable. But he hates Obama. He hates Obama with a passion.
8 years of positives, public relations, and propaganda by black America for the U.S. government. Yeah. We made the government look good because Obama was in office. And soon when he got out, it was over. Trump came and cut you, and then Biden replaced him, and he cut you. Look, both, one Democrat, one Republican. What did either one of them do for black people? Not a damn thing. So can't no Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, or nobody else come to me talking about you got to vote for a Democrat. I don't vote for nobody unless they standing for my people.
So do you feel like Obama was anti-black?
Of course he was. What did Obama do for black people? You know, he didn't even support reparations, you know. And this is a big problem I had with the FBA ADOS too. They said nothing at that time. The people who now represent them groups, y'all didn't say a damn word about Barack Obama not supporting reparations when he was in office for 8 years. Why did y'all march on Obama? If reparations is that important, why did y'all not march on Obama? Nobody black did anything about Barack Obama ignoring us. Nobody.
Do you think it's the mentality that we were all taught by our grandmothers where it's don't act up in front of these white people? Do you think it's that mentality that we've always had that prevented us from holding him accountable? Obama, I mean.
That may be true, but that is completely irresponsible. First of all, everything you do under the eyes of white folks.
Yeah.
Obama belonged to them. He's the president of the United States. He's not coming into your house. He ain't coming to your community center. If you're going to hold him accountable, you're going to have to do it in front of white folks. What do you care about more, Barack Obama's peace or your progress.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we should have held him accountable.
We should have. And Al Sharpton, Barack Obama, Al Sharpton, his life. Al Sharpton did a damn good job making sure black people did not hold Barack Obama accountable, which is why I could never consider that man no type of leader at all.
Yeah.
He was, Al Sharpton met with Barack Obama more than any president in American history has ever met with a so-called leader. He met with Obama more than King met with LBJ, and ain't bring you nothing.
Nothing. So how with the next candidate, how can we hold them accountable?
You wouldn't have to. You got to organize under a black vote.
Yeah.
You got to organize under a black vote. They got to know that black people ain't playing. Your agenda better be black, or you do not get one vote from us. That is the only way we win now.
Right.
That is the only way we win now.
Do you feel like, would you ever consider getting in politics or being in a political position?
I would never run. I would never run. I'll help organize people to use their power, right? Political power, but I'm not running.
Umar Johnson, do you think anybody would vote for you anyway? Do you think anybody would vote for you anyway?
Ain't no fucking way.
I mean, I don't I don't think so. By the way, I started a new chat, y'all. I started a new poll, so everyone feel free to vote. I closed the last one out. Thank y'all for participating. I got a new poll out. Is the Working Man Podcast a lazy content creator? Yes, no, or yes because of the letter S.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Please vote down the poll. I appreciate your participation in the poll. By the way, I guess continue to contribute by hitting that like button. If you're new to the channel, continue to hit that subscribe button. Hit the super chat, hit the Cash App, become a channel member. Let's continue with Dr. Umar talking about will he run for any type of political office.
I have no interest in representing this country on any level in any office.
Yeah. I seen something where you said you won't date or have sex with a woman who had sex with a non-black man.
Right. And I did relax it for a while. There was a time where I said, you know what? You can't fault people for the mistakes they made before they became conscious.
That's what I was thinking.
So I can date black women who dated out the race. But it's getting so bad again, bro. I'm back to my principles. If a black woman has opened her legs for a man of another race.
By the way, Mr. Magenta 2576, thank you for the laughing disco.
I'm gracious, but I'm not content.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I don't want to go in between her legs.
Yeah. We see, okay, black men, we tend to get a lot of, pushback or grief for dating non-black women, right? But why
and
don't
we should? Because it's irresponsible.
Absolutely. But my question is, why don't people like Kamala Harris or Candace Owens get that same pushback?
Well, I don't think Kamala Harris is black, first of all. She's an East Indian whose parents just so happened to live in Jamaica.
Yeah.
There were some of the East Indians that the British brought over there to serve as a buffer between blacks. And they was able to hide under the I'm Jamaican. Because that's what they do. East Indians go to Africa and they'll say I'm African. Go to Caribbean, say I'm Jamaican. I'm Haitian. You're an East Indian living in Jamaica. Right? But because we strung out on multiculturalism, we'll let them call themselves Jamaica.
Right.
I saw a video of a Chinese woman talking about how she's a Jamaican. I could never go to China and say I'm Chinese.
Right, yeah.
I don't care how long I live in China, I would never be able to say I'm Chinese. But the Chinese woman could go to Jamaica and say she's Jamaican.
Yeah, crazy.
But to your point, black women should be held accountable as well. My only caveat to that is black women do not bunny hop as much as black men.
Yeah.
Black women do not bunny hop as much as black men, number one. And number two, and this is no excuse, it's just a real.
Hold on there, Dr. Umar. Hold on about it. Hold on about it. Wait a minute.
Ain't no fucking way.
Umar Johnson said black men bunny hop more than black women. Now, what I will say is that, you know what? I don't think that it's more one or the other. I think it actually happens equally. It's just one side's taught about more than the other. Now, you can say black women are highlighted more. You can say black men are highlighted more. I think it's actually probably almost equal. It's just that one side is talked about more. That's what I think. What Umar John's saying is actually pretty much is kind of divisive if you ask me. Just say you don't like bunny hopping, all right? Just say you don't like it. You know what? If you just say you don't like anybody whether you're a man or woman in the black community, you don't want to bunny hop. You ain't gotta say, well, one side does more than the other, because now you're pretty much putting blame on somebody. Nah, I don't think that's proper there, Umar.
Because I don't condone it.
And by the way, he always talks about bunny hopping, and everybody always points out the fact that Marcus Garvey at the end of his life was with a white woman.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
He never points this. He always glosses over this. Every time somebody brings this up in argument, he always glosses over the fact that Marcus Garvey, toward the end of his life, was with a white woman. Okay? Your very idol bunny hopped at the end of his life. But he never wants to point this out. Your idol was a bunny hopper. And every content creator out there has pointed this out. I mean, it's public knowledge, for God's sakes. He never wants to call this out. Your idol was a bunny hopper, Umar Johnson. Okay? It doesn't make you any less of a, black first individual. I'm sure you love your blackness. Man, be honest with you, most black men and black women that are dating outside the race still love their blackness. But they chose somebody outside the black community and their blackness is always discounted. Somehow they always lose their black card because they decide to do this. And I think it's egregious.
Valued our women more. And if we stopped bunny hopping as much as we do, they wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? They don't have a lot of options. Black women do not have a lot of options, man. They have to wait on us to choose them. And if we're not choosing them, sometimes they got to look outside, even though I don't condone it, because you can go get a brother from another country. You don't have to go to your oppressor. So it's not acceptable. But I do understand, given the way at which we have publicly devalued them on social media, why some black women think they'll never have a chance.
Yeah. Something that I've seen in recent interviews, or just listening to you speak on your social medias, is where you speak about the importance of black men having sexual discipline, in a sense, and that really,
you got to.
Yeah,
we can't have any more broken homes, and by broken homes, I don't just mean a man made a baby and left,
right?
Because I didn't. But a broken home can result from a woman who got pregnant with her own expectation that you didn't approve of, that she was going to get married because of it, right?
Right.
And so because I didn't marry the mothers of my children, they excluded me from their lives. That was their punishment. They sacrificed our daughter's well-being to get revenge against me and other black men because we didn't marry them when we never signed up for that, right? So you have to be careful because these women will cut you out of your child's life. They do not care if their children don't have a father. You follow me?
Umar, are you projecting, sir? Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Are you talking about yourself here that, the woman cut the dad out of their life because they're, jealous, they're mad that they didn't choose them? Would you say all the time that your baby mamas are mad at you because you didn't choose them, you didn't choose to marry them? You say this all the time when you're talking about your baby mamas. So let's run that back one more time.
Well-being to get revenge against me and other black men. We can't have any more broken homes. And by broken homes, I don't just mean a man made a baby and left,
right?
Because I didn't. But a broken home can result from a woman who got pregnant with her own expectation that you didn't approve of.
Yeah, there we go. Because he says that the one woman wanted him and he didn't want her, and she got a baby pretty much without telling him. And then, he talks about this all the time. So basically, again, this is him saying that his baby mamas had these babies in an attempt to keep him, and they could not, and now they're upset with him.
And she was going to get married because of it, right?
Right.
And so because I didn't marry the mothers of my children, they excluded me from their lives. That was their punishment. They sacrificed our daughter's well-being to get revenge against me and other black men because we didn't marry them when we never signed up for that, right? So you have to be careful because these women will cut you out of your child's life. They do not care if their children don't have a father. You follow me? Women do it all the time. And they're just because remember, a lot of them didn't have a father.
Right.
So as far as they're concerned, I made it without a dad. Why do she need one? It's selfish, right? It's very selfish. We know how important a father is, especially to a girl.
Right.
But they don't care. They will cut them out. And guess what? And I had to learn this the hard way. The grandmothers will help them do it. I thought the grandmothers were going to be these wise old women who say, no, you decided to get pregnant. You're not going to stop my granddaughter from having a relationship with her father. We're not doing that. They didn't do that. They stood with their daughters 10 toes down. You want to cut him out? Let's cut him out because he was wrong. What about the daughter? She don't matter. It's all about you. So we have to, you got toxic women and toxic men out here. And we just have to be careful, man. I would love to have another child. I would love to have a son. But I'm very concerned because I see we live in the get rich, get child support. Women will do anything they can to get $1 out of you. And men will do the same, right? It's both sides. The women ain't no better than the men. The men ain't no better than the women. And I'm just like.
So and remember y'all way back then when this whole thing was going on with his daughter, and he was talking about how his baby mom was taking him back to the court for child support. And of course, we all know that he said he pays his child support in bulk, right? Which the famous phrase that he was just totally worked against him. But he said he pays his child support in bulk and all those kind of things. And last year or year before last, he said his baby mom was taking him back to court for child support. I mean, but you got to pay your child support in bulk, which means you're late 2-3 months at a time, right? But all they want is money. But you're not on time or diligent with your responsibility in time or finances.
I really want to take a chance of going through what I've been through a third time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm a much more popular, much more bigger, much more successful person now than I was then. You know, I was not, quote unquote, Dr. Umar when my 2 daughters were born. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I got my doctorate after their births. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, can I really trust a sister, an American African sister, to just do me right and not have my business all in the street and not be going behind my back and, you know, support my work and not telling all our business to their family? I don't know. Yeah. You know, it's hard, man. We don't have the Betty Shabazz and the Coretta Kings and the
Tig Speaks, thank you for the $2 super chat, brother. Where is it?
I better get some more and some more and some more and some more.
He says, sup, working man, have you seen the Lene text? I have seen some correspondence between Umar Johnson and Lene. Some favorable, some not. But I have seen them, yes. Again, very interesting things.
Garveys and the Anna Douglases, we don't have them no more. You know, we got this social media chick where you got women 50 years old shaking their butt on Instagram for likes and views with grandkids watching. So it's a whole different type of ball game out here for the men and the women. We all need to cut it out. We are all out of our African minds, and nobody should be surprised that God ain't doing nothing to help us because we're not doing nothing to help ourselves.
African minds.
And I think it's people like you and voices like you that can bring us back, though. You're such a.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I look for a lot of good to come out of FDMG, not just for the children, but for the community. Because it's a school by day, but a community center by night. Yeah. And we're going to have a lot of programs, man. We're going to have a lot of programs. And I want FDMG to be the village that a lot of us wish we grew up in. Right. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of us, I never grew up in a community that behaved like a family, right? I never had that. You know what I mean? What is that like to have a community meeting? You know what I mean? I ain't never been one of them. Yeah. Church meeting, mosque meeting. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about culture and people. Community. I've never, bring your chairs outside and let's talk. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want FDMG to function like a village. Like a village. Yeah. The Ifa Tunde village. Yeah. And I'm the chief.
I mean, what kind of school that that operates as a school by day and a village by night? Again, this outrageous idea that he has that has been documented by all kinds of different content creators to the point where he even had a map of a compound built in the shape of Africa, where he was going to have dormitories and buildings for teaching and a landing strip and a helicopter pad and a moat around it so we can, teach kids how to, float ships, as he says, how to fly airplanes, how to grow your own crops and herbs so you can cure cancer and the common cold and all kind of crazy stuff, right? Midwifery classes to teach girls how to how to bear children. Combat classes so boys can learn how to be survivalists, all kind of and all he's gonna do. There's only 24 hours in a day, right? Oh, by the way, we're gonna have a fireside chat too. There's only 24 hours in a day, and he's gonna do all these things in the span of 7 days, to where they're going to teach the children from a certain time of day, right? Teach them their scholastic things, math, social studies, and science, and those kind of things. Then after that, somehow they're going to have time to learn all these other, dare I say, adult skills as children. Or they're going to come up through the school and learn these things as they get through the FDMG school system, because it's not going to be accredited, even though, yes, you can open a school without accreditation per se as a private school. But the other things that he's trying to teach these children, they're going to need certifications and accreditations to learn, right? I mean, with only one classroom of desk too, by the way, okay? And no certificate of occupancy for the last 7 years, right?
I want to ask you, Dr. Umar, why haven't you been married?
I'm going to answer that question.
Good damn question.
I'm going to go pre-Dr. Umar and post.
Okay, let's go.
And when I say pre-Dr. Umar, I mean when I blew up, right? Because I blew up in 2010.
Pre-Umar.
Chicago interview, Harlem lecture. The rest was history. It came out of nowhere, bro. Before I blew up, there was 5 women I've dated.
5 women.
Who I think would have made a good wife.
Okay.
Kim, Wendy, Tamala, Sabrina, Andrea. Right? They were good women, but I wasn't focused.
Why
I
would
was
you
still
even name them?
womanizing and coochie hunting. You follow me? There was no need to settle down. In hindsight, if my ancestors would have said, listen, on September 18th of 2010, you're going to go to Chicago and do an interview. Anniversary of Harriet Tubman's runaway from slavery and anniversary of Booker T. Washington's Atlanta Cotton Exposition speech. You're going to do this interview, and it's going to put you on top of the world. Yeah. I would have chose one of them for the foundation. I don't know if they could have survived it, though, because when I blew up,
Right.
I would be gone like half the year. You follow me? Because first it started in the country, then it was Jamaica wants you, London wants you, Africa wants you, China wants you, Australia wants you. You follow me? Could they have dealt with that? You know what I mean? I don't know, but I was willing to try. So
why would he even name these women? So, okay. So you had 5 women before you blew up. And then after you blew up, you had, again, your baby mamas and stuff that you have now. But somehow you still have managed to not get married and actually, like I said, create more drama for yourself through all these different women. Let's check it on the poll real quick. Is the Working Man Podcast a lazy content creator? Well, 12% actually said yes. Where is it?
Nick, you're stupid.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, all good. It's a poll, right? 12% said yes, 75% said no, and 12% said yes because of the letter S. Continue to get your vote in. Am I a lazy content creator? Not let your voice be heard in the poll. This man is saying that there's reasons why I'm not married now, and all of them are BS. You're like in your 50s now, 51, 52. You've had a plethora of women through your life. All of them couldn't have been bad, but you're not married, but you got children, right? Okay. Mr. Pan-Africanism?
Atlanta Cotton Exposition speech. You're going to do this interview, and it's going to put you on top of the world. Yeah. I would have chose one of them for the foundation. I don't know if they could have survived it, though, because when I blew up,
Right.
I would be gone like half the year. You follow me? Because first it started in the country, then it was Jamaica wants you, London wants you, Africa wants you, China wants you, Australia wants you. You follow me? Could they have dealt with that? You know what I mean? I don't know, but I was willing to try. So pre-Dr. Umar, it is all my fault.
Right.
I knew 5 good women who I believe, I don't know, I can't read the few, who I think would have been a good wife.
Right.
And I blew it because I wasn't ready, right? So that's pre-Dr. Umar. Post-Dr. Umar, I'm ready to settle and have been. Problem is, the women I often meet are coming to me for the wrong reasons.
Right.
They just want to be amongst the energy.
Right.
They just want to be queen of FDMG. They just want to say I'm Dr. Umar's queen, but they don't really want to do no damn work, right? And I still get women who...
Wait a minute. Hold up. He said that all these women want to be with me, but they don't want to do no damn work.
You don't find that suspicious?
Really?
You don't find that suspicious?
So Umar Johnson says that all these women that basically are groupies, they want the shine, they want the clout of being with me, but they don't want to help me in the plight of Pan-Africanism. They don't want to help me in the plight of freeing the black community. Let me run that back to all y'all women out there, To all y'all women out there. He said that y'all just want to reap the benefits and let me smash your cookies, but you don't want to help me do no damn work. Shame on y'all.
So that's pre-Dr. Umar. Post-Dr. Umar, I'm ready to settle and have been. Problem is, the women I often meet are coming to me for the wrong reasons.
Right.
They just want to be amongst the energy. They just want to be queen of FDMG. They just want to say I'm Dr. Umar's queen, but they don't really want to do no damn work, right? And I still get women who come to me with perms and weaves. I don't do that. I'll take you on a date, but you are not ever going to be introduced to the world as my woman with that on your head.
Right.
Hey, where is it? Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that, right? If you got perm and weave in your head, he will play around with you, but you'll never be introduced as his wife. Never. Never. Oh, by the way, let's do a lip check. My lips still good? Yeah, still got a good lip check? Okay, making sure. I might have to go get the Vaseline, okay? Just making sure.
Right. So a lot of our sisters, man, their beauty is very much wrapped up in that European ideal. Yeah. Very much, brother. It is deep, too. It is deep. And you talking about women in their 40s. It's still deep. They're not giving it up, right? Now, for the sisters who are natural, are you serious? Are you putting my business in the street? Are you running your mouth to your family too much? I'm a political activist. Stop looking at me as a celebrity. That's another problem. They look at you as a celebrity. I'm a political activist. Stop putting my business in the street. If we're going to have a relationship, it's us.
Oh, I forgot about that. See, man, we're not even talking about the school. We still talking about that. But guess what? I forgot. Shout out to Mike's. I forgot that he had a date with the doctor.
I better get some more,
He said,
and some more,
remember
and some
that,
more,
y'all?
and some more.
For $500. Okay, this is how it went, right? For y'all that don't remember. So you're going to give Dr. Umar $500, okay? And you're also going to choose the place that you want to eat. You're going to choose the place to eat. He's going to take you there and pay for the food. By the way, you already gave him $500, right? And this all is going to be above board. We're just going to talk about Pan-Africanism and saving the black community, right? And then he's going to send you home. You're going to pay him $500. You're basically going to pay for the food. You're going to choose the freaking the place to eat at, and you're going to pay for your own way to come down because he can't afford that, right? I forgot the date with the doctor. He should bring that back, by the way, on this show. He should bring that back.
Not the world. A lot of women can't make that change. Yeah. They're all about clicks, videos, postings. I need a mature woman, bro. Yeah. A lot of our women ain't mature enough to be with me. And a lot of women are still very insecure about the fact that I spend a lot of time around women. Women are the parents, right? Most of our kids, 70%, raised by a single mom. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of pictures with women. Yeah. But ain't nothing inappropriate. I'm not grabbing their butt or their breast. You know what I mean? It's just a picture. Oh, well, I think you should stop taking pictures now. Why? Because you dating me. I met your ass taking a picture. I met you taking a picture. Yeah, but you should be taking none more. No. Yeah. One thing I believe in the dating world,
Shout out to We On Lock. I'm sorry, Tigger speaks.
Donations. Donations.
He said he only wants women he can manipulate and control. Well, I mean, I don't disagree with you on that. Like I said, all his drama has been with women. I mean, he's had some drama with guys, but is compared to the drama. He's had overwhelming drama with women, which is, whew, yeah. It's been quite embarrassing.
never do, is change somebody from who they were when you met them.
I agree.
You either accept it or you don't.
Yeah.
You don't meet me and say you need to stop taking pictures with women. Yeah. That's a part of being Dr. Umar. And if you can't live with it, you won't be Mrs. Dr. Umar. You feel me? It's just that simple. You ain't changing nothing I'm doing. And that's another thing. They try to change you. I'm going to be honest with you, bro.
And if you're listening right now or watching right now, then it means you're amazing. And because you're amazing, I want to give.
Okay, he has an ad going here. No problem. We're going to speed past this and come back to the interview. There we go. Let's continue.
A lot of people, men and women, but romantically, we're talking about women. They don't think I really am who I am until they get up close. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's like when you date them, I'm like, what did you expect?
Right.
What did you expect? And then you tell them, you know I'm busy. You know I care for my mom. You know I'm working on the school. You feel me? You know I got 2 daughters who just not coming back into my life because their mom kept them out, right?
Right.
There's a lot of other priorities I got. You one of them, but you don't compare to these other ones. Are you sure you okay? I can live with that. I know your mission. No, you can't. 1 year into the relationship, they whining and complaining.
Yep.
You told me when you signed up for this, you can handle it. Yeah. You can't. Listen, some women need a man who comes home every day. They needy. I don't see no problem with that. Right. If you're a woman who need to see your man every day, you should get a man you can see every day. But what you're not going to do is find a man who ain't coming home every day in Dr. Umar and try to make him into a domestic. Yeah. I am a freedom fighter. You don't change me into nothing else. You adjust to my life or find somebody else with another life.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Umar Johnson, everybody has adjusted to your life, and that's probably essentially why they're not in your life right now, because they've had to try to adjust to your life, whatever that is, because we really have no idea what that is besides, going to a different country to speak, going around the world, asking people to get you venues to speak and things like that. So going to FDMG and having to walk around this school that is still non-existent. Well, people will say you have a school because you have the buildings, but a school does not a building make. You understand what I'm saying? So in that case, no, he does not have a school. He does have buildings that had potential at one point, but he does not have the money to renovate them or has not renovated them properly in all this time. So, yeah, adjust to your life. I mean, what is that?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's and I even see that as such, even like, because I'm at such as a content creator, I'm at a low level. We've done live events and stuff like here where we had like 100, 200 people.
Yes, sir.
And women that will be there to support me. I've seen this exact same thing.
Yes, sir.
So I can only imagine what you do.
Yes, sir. They want to change you. You're not changing me.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you get the idea from. You don't change me. I was born to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You're either going to support it or you're going to get out of my way, because one thing you're not going to be is a distraction.
Right.
Once a woman becomes a distraction, I got to let them go. Don't mess with my mission. Don't mess with my mom. You follow me?
Absolutely.
Don't mess with the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. You violate any of those, we're done.
I noticed that with other people who claim to be in the same lane as you as far as revolutionaries and just activists.
They're mostly hypocrites.
Yeah.
They don't do anything but make YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I'm building a school. They have no institutions. I am the #1 go-to school psychologist in the country and activist for Black parents when they have to fight the education machine or the mental health machine.
Yeah.
I have saved more children from the school to prison pipeline than any Black psychologist who has ever lived. Nobody who has ever lived have saved more children from special ed in jail than Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So no disrespect to them. I can't go in the same box with them.
Yeah.
I've done things none of y'all have done. I got credentials none of y'all got. I'm more popular than all y'all put together. I'm more traveled than all y'all put together. I'm more requested than all y'all put together. And despite as busy as I am, I still managed to build a school from nothing.
Yeah.
What excuse y'all got not to be working on nothing? All they do is talk.
Yeah.
And then people say, well, people think you better than them because you got all them degrees and blah, blah, blah. And you don't work with
Anyway, I'm
other
the
guys.
only one.
The key word is work. What work are we going to do? Because I just heard work. Interviews ain't work. You
Right.
feel me?
Yeah.
Live events ain't work. They're good. You can raise some consciousness, but that ain't the work. What are these other guys doing besides talking? Because if you got some work, we can do some work.
Right.
But I don't see none of them working.
Yeah.
They call speaking on YouTube work. That is not work. And I'm on YouTube more than all of them, and it ain't work.
Yeah.
Work is when I'm saving them kids. Work is when I'm helping them parents. Work is when I'm building that school. That's the work. What work they doing?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you. And I mean, there's things that you can't even quantify that you've done. Like how I just told you that you saved my son, I feel. Because you educated me and gave me that, how I told you in the earlier interview.
If you were to ask me, what is your #1 motivation to keep going besides knowing you were born for it, right? Because that's the primary. This is my ori. This is my destiny. That's, you know what it is? The testimonials I get from people. Yo, I've had people stop me on the street. I've had people stop me in the grocery store. I've had people stop me in the airport, bro. And
Hey, Tig, I salute you. Thank you for being here, sir. And I hope that you have a good rest of your day, sir. You have a good rest of your day.
I'm gracious, but I'm not content.
All right, let's continue.
be like, listen, you don't know me. But I've had people say, you stopped me from taking my life. You stopped me and my wife from getting a divorce. I had this one elder, you know what he told me? This wasn't face-to-face, he texted me.
Right.
He said, you are the only reason I haven't given up on Black people yet.
Come on now.
He said, you better be real. You better not be fake. Because if you fail us, I'm done.
Yeah.
Do you feel me?
Yeah.
When you get somebody old enough to be your parent or grandparent, telling you they counting on you, or telling you brought them into consciousness, you saved it. I have young people stop me on the street all the time. Dr. Umar, you the reason I own my own business.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So thank y'all for the 71,000 people here in the chat. We're going to take a quick break from this interview. We're going to get back to Prince Ifatunde in the bando. Shout out to Kogo if you're in here listening. Let's get on with this this wonderful show here.
Peach cobbler orange, maybe grape soda purple, or hot dog mustard yellow. What color, kids? Should it be zesty lime green? Should we paint it Pyru red? What color, kids? You tell me. All right, loyal donors, the color is hot dog mustard. And if you have given me money, then you can come and paint on paint day. Prince Ifatunde. I never donated, but I would like to give my time to help paint. Let me say this, family. Only loyal donors can paint. I'm going to say it again. Only loyal donors can paint. Only loyal donors can paint.
Got the reach. Coming through.
Mind the drips, dear.
It's looking sunny in here already.
Rushing right along, looking sharp already.
Up we go and down we come.
Whoa, spinning tires.
Careful there, partner.
I'm good, just making design.
Bro, hit me with a little paint real quick. Let the people know we grinding.
You sure?
Yeah, right here.
All right.
Look at what we are doing. We are working hard to bring you a school.
Oh,
Mother, say something to the people. Progress is pain. African Power family. It's your brother Jermaine Umar Showmake, live inside FDMG Academy. Y'all see we in here putting that sunshine on the walls. Tiff the Grift in the building. Tiff, say something to the people.
say something? Oh, I say something. They told me this place was gonna be ready last year. I done painted this same wall 3 times because the roof still leaked. And what a plumber, I gotta bring my own water.
Tell me, kids, how does it look?
Prince Ifatunde, it looks terrible.
That doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is that you
Hit the PayPal!
There you go.
People are always looking for freedom. They look for freedom
That's the
online.
B.
They look for freedom in women or men. Some look for freedom by eating zebra cakes or drinking gin.
Some look for freedom in those abandoned buildings down the street called FDMG, but those buildings are but an ugly trap, and they will trap your soul in those walls. Thinking you're free, but you're trapped. Trapped chasing money. Trapped dodging the IRS. Can't buy a car. Can't buy a house because you're trapped chasing your freedom.
Spending the people's money on women and dashikis? That's not what God wants for you. But I'm here to tell you, it's not too late to change and live a stress-free life. You can start today, right here, right now.
The B won't steer you wrong. And with that, we pass the collection plates around. Get your hand out of my pocket! Well now, ushers.
Hey, Prince Ifatunde. Why did you get so mad at church?
I don't like to see people giving their hard-earned money away if it's not going to me. So,
Hey, y'all know I don't want to see y'all give y'all hard-earned money if y'all not giving it to me either. But let's get back to Dr. Umar Johnson, this interview here, and let's see what's going on. Let's see if we can finish this interview up.
Like, are they really talking about me? I've had people say, yo, you the reason I got out of jail and turned my life around.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of jail mail. I must apologize. I don't always have time to return the letters, right? Because you got to write them back. But I get a lot of jail mail. I've spoken in a lot of prisons. You know what I mean? I've seen how I've changed. God has changed through me, rather, right?
Right.
But that's what keep me going. It's the testimonials. It ain't nothing else. And they always come at the right time. Like, there might be a day be like, I'm tired of these Negroes. You know what I mean? I'm quitting. Me and my mom gonna move to Africa and we done. And then somebody come by and be like, yo, you can't stop what you're doing. Why? Because listen, you see this kid over here, you helped him do this, and this one, you helped him do this, and I'm gonna introduce you to 5 more. Tell Dr. Umar what he did for y'all, and he never, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what? Like, yeah, he was on drugs. He got off drugs while watching your videos. I got truckers, man, who send me their phone, like the screenshot. I'm every video.
Oh, yeah.
I'm every, bro. I have truckers say, Dr. Umar, I drive from California and back. You're the only person I listen to. You need to do some more interviews because I done watched these 20 times already. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when you drop this, they write on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're right. The change that is unquantifiable is great. You can't quantify it, but it ain't meant to be because it's supposed to be here.
Right.
But as someone who believes in measurable progressive progress, you got to have tangibles people can measure.
Agreed.
And that's where the school come in.
Yeah.
Got to leave it tangible.
Yeah. No, my brother is he doesn't know I have you on, and he's a trucker. I mean, he's gonna love this when I just get
the truck. I love the truckers, man. I got to be number one with the truckers. And I'm gonna tell you something. When young people say this to me, this really gets me, and I get it regularly. Not all the time, but regularly. They say, Dr. Umar, if I had a choice between meeting you or meeting Jay-Z, and it's not always Jay-Z, right? Different big names. I'll choose you.
Oh yeah.
When a young person tells you that, you feel me? When a young person tells you, I would rather meet you than Sean Carter.
Yeah.
And I've met Sean Carter because we had him for a concert when I was in college, Black Student Union president, Spring Fling. You know what I mean? And I respect him. But for a young person to tell,
how many people has Umar actually met in his life, y'all? I mean, I don't want this. I mean, I'm sure Umar Johnson, because he has this internet fame, he has met people, right? He just said he met Jay-Z. Remember that one story that y'all heard when he said he met Wyclef Jean and I forgot her name already. I'm having a brain fart here. The singer, I forgot her name. But y'all remember he was talking about how she was on her cycle and all this kind of stuff. I mean, okay. And of course, he's probably met other people along the way, I guess, but he has an overinflated, self, I guess, ego or popularity, if you will. He thinks that we know him from memes. We've seen him on clips on the internet, but is he actually really that popular in real life? Like, according to, in comparison to other superstars and celebrities in the world, is he really that popular? I mean, yeah, Lauryn Hill, that's who it was. Lauryn Hill, I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Nene. Lauryn Hill, that's who he was. He's met everybody. Let him tell it. He's met everybody, or everybody's watching him. Do y'all really think he's that popular? Y'all let me know, chat.
I'd rather come listen to a Dr. Umar lecture than go to a concert.
100%.
You know what I mean? So like I said, that's why I want these school doors open, man, because you can't organize our people without a place to organize.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we're going to have so much going on at FDMG, bro. Everything from the women's conference, the men's conference, the comic book conference, the book fairs, black books. You know what I mean? Just all the, oh my God, it's just gonna be with love, nothing but love, and black people and positivity and culture, children and elders being treated like elders, and pregnant moms being treated like pregnant moms, and no nonsense being tolerated. But I tell you the one thing, two things, and I don't want to use the word fear, but two things I don't look forward to.
What's that?
One of them is I know we're not gonna have enough space for everybody's son.
Yeah.
Turning parents away is gonna hurt me. I ain't looking forward to that. When we max, I'm not looking forward to being able to tell them we ain't got no more room.
Yeah.
Right? That's going to hurt. And I can't overwhelm my teachers.
A fight with Jay-Z.
It's going to hurt to ban people from that campus because there's a lot of people.
Okay, I forgot about the whole fight thing. He did say something about a fight with Jay-Z, didn't he? Or something like that. I don't remember. And now he's talking about how he said he's not going to be able to have to teach every black kid. That's another thing. With the grand ideas he has about this school, he's saying, I will not be able to teach every black kid. In my opinion, you could teach a lot of them if you not only had a brick and mortar school that you claim to have right now, but you also had online classes and things like that. You might be able to reach out to more people. I don't know. But the way you talk about it, everything's going to be coming out of this institution. And the other thing is that, what about? Well, the other thing is you got to turn people away. And I don't know if he's talking about children or haters, probably a little bit of both. But now he's saying, man, it's going to hurt me to turn people away and to not let people come into my school.
Who are going to come there because they already knew me, thinking they don't have to follow the rules.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to have to ban them, bro. They're not going to learn. You feel me?
Yeah.
They're not going to learn, and I'm going to have to ban them. I can think of a few people right now who are going to come there thinking they can do what they want, and I'm going to have to ban them from the school permanently.
Yeah. I want to actually shift gears because there's a few things I want to get to what you said. I seen where you said that LGBTQ movement was about population control.
Yes.
Could you break that down for me?
Yes. Let's go back to December of 1974. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, who was a Rockefeller, was part of the CFR. He actually came over from the Holocaust and then became a part of white supremacy here.
Crazy.
So he was a victim over there. He came over here and became a perpetrator of the same thing that she was victimized by. But anyhow, he put out a National Security Study Memorandum, 2000 is what it's called, NSSM 200. You can download it and read it. And he said America needs to do something about population control.
Okay, now, again, there's been a lot of forces that have worked against the black community, right? We can talk about government assistance. We can talk about, the crack era. We can talk about segregation. Now we're talking about the rainbow community. Everybody has their opinion about how that has affected the black community and to a larger degree have affected the population of the black community because in the world, of course, this lifestyle is, taken off to a high degree. And in the black community, you see it a lot. And it's in the messaging. It's in, the songs now. It's in the culture. So, say what you will about that. If you feel that has had a negative effect on the black community, the rainbow community and the messaging and I guess say propaganda and conspiracy of the rainbow lifestyle on the black community.
And he said there's certain countries that are growing too much. And he named like 10 African countries. Nigeria was a big one. But every African country he named, or almost every African country he named, they ended up with a LGBTQ movement, right? Now, that was 74. 1980, Jimmy Carter is president. He does another population control study, Global 2000, where America says, we're going to reduce the population of the world by like 50% by the year 2000. That's where AIDS came from, right? They didn't hit their goal, obviously, right? Because right now it's projected that African people will be 40% of the world in like 25 years. That's why they did COVID to try to shut that down. But thankfully, many African countries did not sign on to the COVID vaccination, which was great, right? So getting back to this, right after Global 2000 report came out from Jimmy Carter saying that America needs to take proactive steps to reduce the world population, AIDS dropped, which became for a time and could still be the number one killer of heterosexual black women. How does a white man gay disease become the number one killer of heterosexual black women? You're putting it in the population, right? So now you go from NSSM 200, Global 2000, AIDS, and then all of a sudden, let's go back because Global 2000 is 74. Population, excuse me.
Shout out to Lady Luck. That Lady Luck Club, Sweet Tea. Shout out to you. I saw your reaction the other day, by the way. Yeah, it's funny watching a reaction to a reaction to the reaction to the reaction. It's kind of funny, by the way. But thank you for reacting to that, if you will. So yeah, hopefully do I still look the same I did in the video. I mean, I know my beard might be still a little scruffy and all that. And again, I was in the basement. Sweet Lady Luck, if you watching earlier, I was in the basement. So I was in the basement earlier. Okay, as you can see, I was in the basement earlier. My mom, I had to let her go back upstairs, and I had to get my stuff together so that way, everything was looking proper. So now that I'm back, okay, I'm back here. I got my background set back up. I told her to go sit down somewhere and get some coffee, okay, and now we're doing this reaction. So, thank y'all for being patient with your boy, okay? Thank you very much.
NSSM 200 is 74. Global 2000 is like the early 80s. AIDS is the early 80s, but let's go back to Dr. King.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that one of the only reasons the Civil Rights Bill was signed is because the Republicans made the Democrats and the Dixiecrats made the Democrats include LGBTQ, right, and gender as protected categories in the Civil Rights Act.
Wow, I didn't know that.
The Civil Rights Act was not just for us. It was for us, LGBTQs, and women. See that? You know why they did that? Because the homosexual revolution started right after Dr. King died. Soon when King died, they said we have to eclipse the civil rights movement with something bigger. So the government created the gay movement. They created LGBTQ to flush us out and give everything we fought for to the homosexuals. And what did Barack Obama do? Take everything we fought for and give it to the homosexuals. They planned it that way. Here's what I need you to understand. After Dr. King was a media master. He knew how to keep the black issue on the front page. You follow what I'm saying? They said, we can't let that happen no more. Never again can the black agenda be the most important thing on the news. You feel me? So they said every presidency, we will have a new domestic issue that will be more important than black people. Right?
Right.
So for George Herbert Walker Bush, it was the war. For Bill Clinton, what was Clinton's issue? I think Clinton's issue was minorities, but not necessarily black.
Okay.
And again, if we're talking about politics, there's enough blame to go around on both political parties about the black community, okay? Right now, he's talking about Clinton. We go far back again. The conspiracy that the government, dropped certain drugs into our community. Then, of course, we got the 94 crime bill. We got the 3 strikes rule and all other kind of things. You can say vaccinations. You can say, certain school systems, how they somehow, became just horribly bad. You can talk about the culture of rap music and other things like that. The rainbow community. There's all things that there's always you can blame the destruction of the black community, or the further, I would say, destruction of the black community. Of course, Umar Johnson's gonna blame everything and everybody, right? While meanwhile not being a shining example himself.
George Bush the son, another war, right? Barack Obama, LGBTQ. Donald Trump, immigrants and white refugees. Joe Biden, immigrants.
By the way, continue to vote in the poll. Is the Working Man Podcast a lazy content creator? 7% said yes. 20% said no. I'm sorry, 79% said no, and 14% said yeah because of the letter S. Now, y'all said yes?
You sure about that?
I mean, maybe I am. I don't know. I'm just saying. I might be a lazy content creator. If you are, that's your opinion. I appreciate everybody's input. And my first, I guess, way to combat that is to get my own place and get my own car. So I won't rent cars anymore. Shout out to Umar Johnson. I won't live in my mom's place. Again, shout out to Umar Johnson. And then, you know what? Never mind. Let's continue.
Donald Trump again, the war, right? We can never be the priority in American public conversation ever again. That using the LGBT revolution, which started right after Dr. King. It was already homosexuals. I'm talking about the political movement. Right after Dr. King was murdered. That was the perfect thing. Why? Because this government treats white LGBTQs as a minority group.
Wow.
How can you be a privileged white male and be a minority? How can you be a privileged white female and be a minority? Right. This is how they trapped us into working against ourselves. When they said minority includes women, even white, and homosexuals, even white. How can you be privileged and a victim at the same time?
Yeah.
Now, some would agree that, this whole word minority has had a broader definition along the way, right? And, of course, we got the civil rights movement, which a lot of people co-opted, like I said in the beginning. And minorities, when they included women to the minority and things like that, of course, there were opportunities for other people to take advantage of that. He's talking about white women. Yes, they're taking advantage of that. Some people said with DEI. Some people said that white women mostly benefited from DEI because they were a minority of sorts. They were a woman, right? So you saw that one case where I believe some Asians, they didn't get, something happened with one of these colleges, and they ended up suing the college because they said that they were being discriminated against. They weren't able to get into this college because they let more more black people in there. When they say, well, I'm a minority just like them. You see how that works? When this word minority becomes a broad term, a broad definition, how many people, how many groups can take advantage of that over black people? So does he have a point there? Again, there's gray areas and there's nuance to it, but a broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Because we cannot allow black people to get these resources, and we cannot allow black people to be the priority minority. And if Kamala Harris becomes your next president,
which, by the way, is the same reason I said earlier about the whole black and brown thing. When you talk about the term minority and how some other groups besides black people have been able to take advantage of that because of how broad of a term the word minority is, then you see, right?
The East Indians will trump LGBTQ. Well, they will parrot LGBTQ as the priority minority. Donald Trump don't like non-blacks. Why is his FBI director an East Indian? J.D. Vance don't like non-blacks. Why is his wife an East Indian? Why is the mayor of New York an East Indian? Kamala Harris an East Indian. You've never seen this many East Indians in prominent positions because that's who they're going to replace us with. The East Indians are going to be to America what they are right now in the Caribbean and what they are right now in Africa, a buffer group between Negroes and a white power structure.
Yeah. I seen, you just mentioned COVID, and I seen where you had some theories on COVID and what it was. What are your theories on that?
COVID was created for several reasons. Number one, it was a population control weapon. And
okay, now he's talking about it as a population control weapon. Well, it was a population control weapon for a lot of people, if you ask me. Well, let's fast forward to see what else you got to talk about.
So Chicago is no longer predominantly black. New York is no longer predominantly black. Other cities are no longer predominantly black, right? And now the migrants can vote for us instead of the blacks. And they're going to finish what they started when they get back in office. See, and that's why they say, you told people not to vote for Donald Trump. I didn't tell people not to vote for nobody. I said, I'm not voting for. You can do what you want. Right. I don't vote unless I got a reason. But the point that I'm making, whether the president...
Yeah, Umar called out a backlash for the whole political conversation because he said he didn't vote for anybody. And a lot of people said, well, you're voting against Democrats and blah, blah. Made no mistake, everyone. In my opinion, now you can say what you want. It's a free country, right? The Democratic Party and the Republican Party are two wings of the same bird, okay? Neither one of them like us, but one panders more obviously than the other. And in my opinion, that's the Democratic Party. They pander more to black people than the Republicans do, but they do it in a different way, but they still do it. The Democratic Party, they just do it in a more blatant and stereotypical way, if you ask me, which that's why a lot of people are starting to have problems with the Democratic Party. By the way, Mick-ish for the $9.99 super chat.
Donations.
Yes, sir.
Donations.
Yeah, man.
Donations.
Yeah, man. Thank you for the beard oil. I need to make sure that I get some beard oil, get some fresh combs and everything, so that way I get my beard straight because I'm looking all scruffy and messed up. My beard, I need to go to the barbershop because again, I don't have a job, so I need to make sure that. Thank you for that $9.99 because I did not go to the barbershop and tell them to line me up, look professional. So I appreciate that, and to appreciate everybody's been donating and hitting the super chat and all those kind of things, hitting the Cashapp, hitting that like button, of course. Thank y'all for your donations because that will go to a gracious cause, not only for to keep me from being a lazy content creator, but also will help me get my looks back on track.
It's red or blue. It don't matter.
Yeah.
both parties are through with Negroes.
Yeah.
They through with us.
Yeah.
But guess what? The black elites, the Roland Martins and Al Sharptons of the world, they have to keep you voting. Because if you don't vote, they don't get paid.
Right.
Now, I do agree that Al Sharptons and the Roland Martins of the world, these guys are corporate Democrats, okay? Their sole job is to keep everybody voting a certain way, in my opinion, okay? They have a problem with anything that's outside of the normal, the normal mainstream Democratic thought process. So anytime somebody goes against it, they're the first ones to come out of the black community and say, this is not right. What are you talking about? You can't do that. You a buck dancer. You shoe shiner. You this and you must be a Republican. You must be this and that. They're the first ones to do this, in my opinion. That's why, to me, they're talking about some of the people that's on the Republican side of the House ninjas, but to me, they're some of the biggest ones because they never have any pushback for the Dems. They're always on message. They're always on brand. It's crazy work.
Contracts from these parties. Remember, the Democratic Party gave Al Sharpton $500,000 allegedly, and Roland Martin $250,000 allegedly to get black people out to the polls. And guess what? They lost.
Yep.
So guess what? They may not get as much money next time. This is about money and business.
Yeah.
You are nothing but a pawn to the black elites and the white power structure. Nobody's using me to help no white person get elected.
Okay, sure, you're right.
Do you feel like that's the reason why the president of Haiti and Tanzania got assassinated?
Yeah, Tanzanian president would not give out the vax, and the Haitian president would not give out the vax. Yeah. And I believe that's why they were unalived. Absolutely. America can never let Haiti be independent again because she's too close, and she has the purest iridium in the world. Oh, wow. Iridium is a mineral that doesn't disintegrate under extremely hot temperature. You need it for rockets and bombs and stuff that blow up, right? Haiti has some of the purest in the world. America will never let Haiti exist. Yeah. But we as black people, we're doing a very big disservice to ourselves and to the black race by not doing more to get involved in Haiti. Yeah. Because Haiti could be Africa, little Africa, away from Africa. You follow me? Right. It's right by the coast, and it's a beautiful island. If we went to Haiti and built, bro, I would have loved to put my school there. Yeah. But America keeps it under unrest.
Go forward a little bit.
CIA and FBI.
CIA was founded by, the feminist movement was founded by the CIA to get women out the home, black and white, but to turn black women against black men and to make sure black women would not fight for black males. Wow. Yes. Wow. Yes. Wow. What's the woman's name? Gloria Steinem? One of the first modern feminist activists. She was financed by the CIA. The CIA bankrolled her first magazine for feminists. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know this. The FBI and CIA, they publish books under pen names to change the consciousness of people. David Duke, who was once the Grand Wizard, I believe, of the KKK. Yep. Do you know he once wrote a book for black revolutionaries? The Grand Wizard of the KKK wrote a book for black revolutionaries. Why would he do that? Yeah. So he knows what you're thinking. If I write your war manual, I know how to win the war. See, we don't think as deep as they think. Yeah. Ain't a black person ever thought about writing a manual for white folks under a fake pen name. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, there's only a few more minutes left in this, so I think we're going to call it on this one, y'all. Umar Johnson is giving his opinions on the black community, as he always does. Very hypocritical, again, as he always does, about family and children and celebrity and things like that. Meanwhile, he is doing some of the very same things that he's talking about and railing against. Now, to be fair, does Umar Johnson say some things sometimes that are correct? Yes, but then you look at who's talking, you're like, I don't know, right? That'd be like, these Democrats, they'd be like, well, Donald Trump said something that was good, but then at the end of the day, they're like, well, yeah, but it's Donald Trump, right? So, y'all understand what I'm talking about here, right? Umar Johnson, Chop T Podcast Part 2, he said what he had to say. I think that I think that he's a hypocrite. But like I said, I think we're gonna call that one for the day, y'all. We're gonna call that one. Matter of fact, let me get back on him. Okay, y'all. So yeah, I think we're done for the day, but I appreciate everybody for their donations. Family. Let's check back on this poll. Is the Working Man Podcast a lazy content creator? 7% said yes, 80% said no, and 13% yes because of the letter S. Continue to vote as we check out of here, okay? I appreciate everybody's participation, okay? Of course, we'll be back here eventually with another topic. Appreciate all the satire and jokes that we had about certain things that went on this week. Thank you everybody for their reactions. If you reacted to it, that was great. Yeah. So I got to go back down to the basement, y'all. I got to go back down to the basement and finish cleaning up. So I wish everybody a good morning, day, or night, wherever you are around the globe. And of course, once again, thank you for being here with the most requested live streamer. Again, this is Nicholas J. Few here, where reality checks are free. And this is the Working Man Podcast. As always, everyone, reality checks are free. See you next time. My lips good still? I hope so. Let's get out of here, y'all.
Some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite.